What up? What up? This is RJ Fantasy Football talking. We back again. You know what time it is. This is Rodney. This is Jay. What's going on, bro?
It's a struggle trying to, but everything is good. Trying to deal with a few technical issues that are happening.
That's
But
okay.
we'll see how it works out. Let me know. This week was rough to say the least. In my nine leagues, I went in eight. It's been it was terrible. I mean, there's injuries. There's guys weren't that much of a problem, but injuries to me, underperforming guys. We'll talk about how players or did not do. But week terrible week. I don't even want to talk too much fantasy. One thing, is it dark? Is it dark in the room? Because it's
No.
fading in and out a little bit.
Hold on. Let me see how Mike can fix that.
Yeah. But terrible week. But hopefully yours was better. And by the way, I let her get to hers, and then I let you know how my hockey went as well. But how'd your week go?
I went 3-3 this week. It was cool. Nothing too crazy. I should have won a few games,
Yeah.
but if Palmer would have, I don't think it was Palmer's fault. I think it was just a bunch of calls Monday night. And every time he got the ball, it seemed like it was a holding call. It was something happening where they just took points away.
This was not a great weekend for you because
No,
they're starting with that. Well, the Browns and the Niners game.
we're gonna talk about that one.
I think a whistle was blowing every 20 seconds.
Oh, of course.
But hey, welcome Justin. To Orlando Lewis is with us. The Will Hayes is up.
Going on.
And,
Going
and,
on.
and my mom said she lost both of her games, so 0-2. So it's all in the family of doing bad. You 3-3, not too shit. You want
I mean, I should have won the one I wanted to win. I was only down to like 28 points. They took a touchdown
right.
from Palmer, so I would have won if he would have scored that touchdown. But it's cool though. Stuff happens. Um, it is what it is. But new week, new start. I mean, I think with everybody, I think bye weeks is very crucial now
Yeah.
because injuries alone, injuries is going to really play a part in these bye weeks for people, because a lot of it has to do with injuries and bye weeks combined. You're struggling to find replacements for these guys, and you're getting guys that ain't really producing. So it's going to be some low scoring. It's going to be some no scoring.
Yeah.
It's going to be some. And some people just may do well. So who knows?
Gotcha. What about in producer world? How did your week go? Oh,
I don't
she's
know
not
if
there.
you'll be able to see me because my camera went out.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they can still hear you.
Right, well, I could have 4-0, but yeah, I lost at the last minute. The Cowboys decided the week, so
Yeah, right.
like, oh, y'all want to play this? Thanks, guys, I appreciate it. So that's one I could have won, and I lost that one. So. But I was 3-1. I did win the hockey game though.
Yeah,
I won the hockey game.
we noted last week we started a fantasy game, just trying to dabble in a couple of other things. It's a struggle. I got beat by a user, and I'm losing so far this. So see, is not my fan, but hopefully everyone else let us you having much better success. Welcome Carla to the show. If I remember correctly, I think she won. Again, I hope I'm not saying it and she lost. I think she won a game. And speaking of which, she has a question. Needed a back. Would you go Tyrod Taylor or Desmond Ritter? I've been picking it up a little bit lately.
Desmond Ritter has been picking it up.
I would say play Ritter. I put him in my Superflex and Dynasty, and he has enough some points. I would say you could play him. He'll work for the bye week. I'm put a stamp on that.
Yeah, I agree. I would 100% go Desmond Ritter because, hey, the way that season started, I was like, he should be completely garbage. Yo, he got the fire in him. So.
Well, what's different. I think they're passing a little bit more.
Yeah, more definitely.
But
definitely.
They're not passing the pitch though. I don't understand it. I think they just phasing pitch out.
He had some, not by his rookie year standards, but he's had a couple of service considering how it ends have been this season. He's had some serviceable games. Not great, but I'm probably gonna, depending on how Sam Laporte's situation goes, I might be calling on Kyle Pitts this week.
Well, I don't think they use him as a tight end anymore. I think they use him as a receiver because they have another tight end there who's actually been doing work.
Yeah.
So they do more of a 2 tight end set, but I think he's being used more as a receiver, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And I did win. So I verification from the person that she. So.
Okay.
It is. Hey, Phil is active. You want to jump into some news?
Yeah, we got. I guess you want to talk about this, so I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I mean, I don't know if it's big news, but it's news.
I don't know why you want to act like it's not news.
It's not news.
There was a trade today.
Oh gosh, McCole Hardman got traded back to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know what that does for them. I mean, McCole Hardman. I mean, let's be real.
Given their wide receiver situation, I would say it's an improvement that they have someone else, assuming he can, catch the ball and not drop it. But it's not the trade that because we talked a lot earlier that the Chiefs needed to make a trade to improve their wide receiver room. Improves it, but not significant. And for your fantasy purposes, man, how many chances has McCall Hart to be the guy in Kansas City? This year is different because everyone else has been so unreliable. But it's going to be interesting. And for the Jets, I don't really. Well, I was surprised how little
they got a late round pick.
McCole Hardman. They got a late round pick, but it's just I thought maybe McCole Hardman would be there, and for some reason they keep running Lazard. Lazard is a terrible wide receiver.
I mean, if you're gonna make a trade for a receiver, you go get somebody like Judy or something like that. You go get Judy, bring him there because Judy's on the market. You trade for Judy.
Yeah.
Somebody like that. You don't go get Lazard, who wasn't good when he was there. And the only thing I can say is he knows the system. And he can jump right in and be productive for him. But I don't know how productive he's going to be because we see what he was when he was there before.
Yeah.
He's maybe, I don't know.
But one thing you could say the whole time McCole Hardman was there, he was injured a lot of the time. But then he was behind Tyreek, and then he was behind Juju, that great wide receiver for the little bit he did play last year. Maybe this year you see McCole Hardman the new type because he's fast. He can cheetah on that team. So maybe if you're in a deep league, take a grab to pick up McCole Hardman, but it's probably not gonna be that worth it. If deep league.
I put my money on Rice. So
Rashee Rice is probably the best, but him for fantasy purposes is great. They keep trying to get them. I told Kadarius Toney had this. He had a touchdown. It started like it was good game, but they do keep trying to get Kadarius Toney involved. They're doing these run days that just aren't working.
It just
so maybe there's something there, but they need help. And Hartman is better than nothing.
I guess
nothing.
I mean,
but Hartman's not the only wide receiver that might be on the radar. Julio Jones is, and he's with the Eagles. What do you think about that move?
Nothing. I mean, he said he wanted to come to dominate. I don't think none of that. I think at the end of the day, he's a receiver there, which could be problems for any other team because most of the time your third receiver is being checked by a safety or a linebacker. So, I mean, he's big enough. He's probably slow, than usual.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to be a red zone target more than anything. So he'll get one-on-one coverage because A.J. Brown is definitely getting double coverage. So, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's an okay move. Is it an all-in move? Maybe. Now, most teams got to kind of combine that on defense to say, all right, how do we stop all three of them now with Julio as your slot receiver? Because that's what he can be. So,
do you think the Eagles may move if they didn't lose to the Jets?
Yeah, I don't know because I don't think receiver is their problem.
No.
I mean, let's be honest now. I mean, we all love Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts has been throwing a lot of interceptions lately. He's thrown more interceptions this year than he threw all of last year. So that kind of is the problem. Now, a lot of those interceptions are not his fault. It's more like tip ball here, tip ball there. But no, I don't think they make this move. But I don't think it's a difference maker. Honestly.
Okay, let me see. Still trying to work out some things, everybody. So let's see how this goes. I'm not a big believer. Well, one, Julio Jones, can you make it through the rest of the season? I think is your first question. So for fantasy purposes, like I said, only if you're in the deepest of leagues. He's been a trending player, so a lot of people maybe believe, but for me, I'm with you. I see either of those wide receiver moves making a big difference. Will Hayes asks, what do you think about Craig Reynolds this week?
I think they force Gibbs. I think they're gonna force Gibbs with the ball because just how pick wise where he was picked at, I think they're gonna kind of force the ball in his hands a lot this week because Montgomery is hurt. And Montgomery's out for a couple weeks, to be honest with you. So I think
he said he's going to miss it. That's one of the reasons I was 1-8 this week because, as you know, I've got David Montgomery in like almost every league, and it was not pretty. But yeah, I said about Craig Reynolds. I think I see the message about my voice. Yeah, trying to work out issues. Bear with me. So we'll see if I can get it fixed. Trying a few things. But Craig Reynolds, I'm with you. I think they tried Gibbs, but Jahmyr Gibbs is also coming off an injury. So there's the question of, how heavy of a load. Of course, the last time they had a running back coming off injury was David Montgomery, and I didn't think they were going to give him a big load. They did. But I think the opportunity is there for Craig Reynolds. My guess is you're not going to have him as any more than your flex spot, right?
That's it. Yeah. Gibbs should be like going forward at least for the next 2 to 3 weeks, however long Montgomery's out. Gibbs should be a RB2 because he's going to get the type of value that an RB2 is going to get. So I think Gibbs definitely is more of a play to me over there than Craig is, because Craig, like you say, flex spot, he may come in and steal a touchdown or two on a goal line, but that's about it. I don't think it's going to be more than that, though. Gibbs will get you about 17 to 20 touches between catching and running. So he going to get you that. So because he got 17, I think, when Montgomery is out one game, 17 or 18 rushes, I think, between that and then another 5 or 6 passes. I'm going with, I say go Gibbs. I don't really trust Craig. Plus, if you need him, you play him in because of injuries. But, I mean, I'll look another direction personally.
That Ravens defense hasn't been great, but I think they're probably good enough. It's going to be interesting to see that game. I'd say that much. Game. Yeah, that should be a really good one. So thanks for the question. Appreciate it. Other NFL news. Roger Goodell's getting paid.
Whatever.
That's not the news you want.
No, still the news. Kyler Murray back. He's back to practice. Now, a couple questions for you. Kyler Murray's back.
Right.
Josh Dobbs has played fairly well,
Mm-hmm.
not too bad. Obviously you can play Kyler Murray because he's getting paid big money. But how many weeks are you giving Kyler Murray before you put him in the lineup? If you had to put him in the lineup,
Shoot, if I have to put him in my lineup, if I have to put him in my lineup, I'm probably in a really bad situation.
Lord have mercy.
I guess as soon as he gets the starting gig, but for me, I'm not trying to play Kyler Murray at all this year, no matter the circumstance. I'm not even a big fan of playing Josh Dobbs, and I would trust Josh Dobbs more than I trust Kyler Murray. So for me, nah, I'm not. Kyler Murray doesn't get to play at all. But if you, like I said, if you're desperate, this is that time because hey, we're a week away from being midway through the season after these games get played. So you gotta, if you feel you need to do something drastic, try to make that playoff push. Is Kyler Murray the juice for you? Probably not. You probably, if you're depending on him, you're probably not gonna make it. This would be my.
Well, if you invested a draft pick in him this year,
I don't know why you would have done that, but yeah. If you
some
did.
people have. Some people we've seen it. Some people have invested some draft picks in Kyler Murray this year, and they waited on. They set him on the bench and they waited for him to come back. Those are the ones that's obviously you're gonna play him because hey, you drafted him, you waited this long of a time to get him back, so you might as well say when he is clear. Now I know you have a pet peeve about playing guys right off an injury because you want to give it a week or two just to see what they look like.
But my guess is if you waited on on Kyler Murray, it's probably because you also have Josh Dobbs, and in that case, you're gonna have to put him in immediately, regardless.
That's true. Makes sense.
But as a general rule, I'm not playing Kyler Murray unless I absolutely have to.
As a general rule.
As a general rule. What about you? Are you throwing him in immediately?
If I have to, yes.
Do you have him on any of your squads? I guess would be my first question.
Is that's an absolutely no. Not even. No, I'm good on that. No.
Yeah.
But if I had to, and I was in a situation, because think about it, a lot of quarterbacks are hurting now. Obviously, there's a lot of injured quarterbacks. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Anthony Richardson, I see in the comment section, out for the year.
So I think you play him just because of that, because there's a lot of hurt quarterbacks. But
yeah.
I mean, you might have your head might be forced to play him. Like at the end of the day, you might have to.
Yeah, injuries are probably the biggest news, not just for this week, but it's this season. So if you lost Anthony Richardson, you're probably looking for help. We had the question earlier about Tyrod Taylor. Nita said she would play Tyrod because of his experience. I will say this: Tyrod looked better in that offense than Daniel Jones did has this year. But I'm still not gonna be big. But he's playing because of injury. More injuries. There's some desperate people because Justin Fields got hurt.
He out for a couple weeks.
He's out with a dislocated thumb, and so there's a lot of reasons. Are you picking up the Bears' backup?
Not even. I ain't even running to get them when I seen the injury. I looked at it and said, "Oh, okay, cool, whatever. Somebody else can have him," because it's pointless, man. Like he gonna get out there and look horrible as usual. Because he was an undrafted rookie, so of course he's gonna go out there and look horrible. So no, I'm not running to go get him.
It's hard times. Other injuries that happened this week, of course, CMC. So, hey, are you picking? You're the resident 49ers expert. Are you picking up Mason? Elijah Mitchell's probably gone.
I wouldn't even pick up Mitchell anyway. I think Mason's at this point. Mason's the better back. Mitchell gonna get hurt getting out of bed because he always hurt. But yeah, I heard CMC may play though.
Yeah, they say he avoided a major injury, so they say it's pain tolerance. Now, first of all, I'm not playing him this week. I'm resting him this week, and I might be resting him next week because we're going to bad right after that. You mean if you're the 49ers?
If I'm the 49ers, yes, because. Obviously, Debo may come back this week, but I'm not playing him because you want him right. Because if he's not right, the rest of the team is not right, which we're going to talk about later. Because at the end of the day, he's the engine on that team, and he makes it go. And if he don't, if he's not right, then you kind of forcing him back out there. I think he can force his way back out there anyway because he wants to play.
Yeah,
which is a bad thing. So,
hey, it's good when you have a guy going to a college football. Dion challenging this guy says, do you love football or like it? CMC loves football, so he's going to try his best to be out there as much as he can. And the way the offense is built around him, I think you kind of need him out there as much as possible.
But sometimes you got to protect some people from themselves. Like, honestly, you got to protect them for itself. Like, because if you don't, he going to go out there and make the injury worse than what it is. Because if you've been watching the last 2 weeks, it seems like teams are like keen to try to hurt him. I don't know if you've been seeing that, but they've been trying to hit him in the head, concussion-wise, like last week. They try to get him hurt. So it's like teams been, I ain't going to say targeting him, but they know if you take him out, the rest of it, it's like taking the head off or something. And it ain't going to be no better because once you take the head off, it's a wrap. So I think that's what they're doing. So at the end of the day, I think he at least sit this week, heal up, and get your treatment in or whatever and go from there. But don't try to go out there and play just because you want to prove something to somebody. I think that's the dumbest thing ever, man. So.
I think you're advocating for the NBA rest yourself like Kawhi Leonard.
No, I think the NBA is the rest thing is terrible in the NBA, but that's a whole nother story. With CMC, he's really hurt.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to fight through the pain and just to say, hey, I'm not soft and I'm a warrior and I can play. No, you need to sit down. Let Mason play because Mitchell ain't gonna do nothing and go from there. So that's what I would do.
I got you. Welcome Angelo to the show. Getting smacked. That's Nita's team in the Comedy Club League, and yeah, Nita's been on. She's been on a roll these last few weeks. The season didn't start great, but she's killing her now. We're in the same division, and she's right behind me. And the way my team looked a week ago, I might be in trouble, but I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna still find a way.
Oh yeah,
to fix what ails me. So, any other NFL? Because we went on a bunch of injuries for the 49ers. I know that's gonna be something you want to say a little bit about. What we're doing this week is because we're close to the midpoint of the season. Believe it or not, we're going to see some stuff that's happened this season. Do we believe that stuff continues?
I do want to talk about one thing.
Give you an NFL story first. What you
Let's talk about I want to shout out Terrell Owens. He said he's okay.
Yeah.
He got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Following an argument, I guess, with somebody, but he said he's okay. I don't know what it is. This is like the second incident he done had. I guess in the last 2 years, because he had one with some lady in his neighborhood, and she thought he didn't live there, and she called the police on him. And she didn't actually know that was Terrell Owens, which everybody know who Terrell Owens is, unless you just...
If you don't follow sports, maybe you don't. But if it's one of your neighbors, you would think.
You would think it's your...
you might.
But he was, I guess at the time, that was his second home, and he didn't be there. He wasn't there as much as most people are at their own house. So he was, whenever he's in town, he's there. So the lady thought he was trespassing. But just be safe out there, T.O. I mean, please, brother, be safe. Don't be getting yourself in trouble trying to do something, arguing with people. It ain't worth it.
No, not at all. All right.
That's it.
Other news?
No, I ain't got nothing other than that. I mean, I'm good.
All right, well, I get it started. If you got any questions about waiver fill-ins for these injuries that are happening or anything, let us know in the chat. But to that, I'm going to start off with the first of all, believe it or not, Brock Purdy. We saw last week you made a very long apology to him, and then immediately he had the worst game of his career.
Yeah,
so I got two built-in believe it or nots on this. One is believe it or not, do you still hold to your apology? Is Brock Purdy the guy who's going to get y'all to the championship? But then part two, believe it or not, are you indeed a quarterback jinx? Because I said you were at the beginning of the season.
With you.
And the moment you start believing in Brock Purdy, he immediately falls into the dump. So what's
hold
going
hold
on with
now?
what's
We
up with my
talked
man
about
Brock?
this. You know, we talked about this Sunday when I
Okay.
called you,
You did.
and I told you in my speech I had an out. I didn't have an out now. I said, yeah, I said I'm on the bandwagon now because after
did.
that, I did. Anybody that know me, and I talked to you about this, I said the Cowboy game was the game for me to say, okay, I'm gonna see what he does, and then if he does well, I'm on the bandwagon. Cool, I'm there. Now the Cowboy game came and went. He did well, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna make my spill. Now I made it a week too early, but I said, you know what? Cool. I'm on board, but I still need to see him do something without those guys around. And for some strange reason, it happened last week.
Yeah.
Now, do I believe he can lead us to the championship? I will say this: if McCaffrey goes down for the year at any point, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you just look and see with Debo not there, and McCaffrey not there, Trent Williams not there, hobbling on a bad ankle, they're not the same team.
Yeah.
And you can see when you can't dump it to the left, dump it to the right, and when you have to throw it down the field actually and kind of make plays, he threw a lot of passes that was wide left, wide right, over the head. I mean, it was just bad now. He should have threw about 3 interceptions that game. But it depends. Everything has to be right. And I've been saying this all summer. Everything has to be right for him to be successful. And if one piece is missing, which is McCaffrey, because I think McCaffrey, if you take him away, a lot of other stuff goes downhill for him. Everything got to be right. And I don't think he can. Am I a quarterback jinx?
Yes.
I did say this, which is bad. I did say, watch, he started playing bad now that I want to get on the train, which that could be a little.
You might be a little jinxy.
It sounds jinxy to me.
It's jinkish at the very least.
It's not jinkish. It's more.
It's a little jinky. It's jinx adjacent.
Look, I was trying to do right by my team. I'm a hater by nature, I guess, as people would say.
Yeah.
I got tired of hating on my quarterback, so I decided to like him for some reason.
Yeah.
But now he's played bad, which at the end of the day, you know me. I never said he was a good quarterback. I always
said to your credit, you didn't. Yeah.
I was never on the Brock train at all, and I ain't even say I jumped all the way on. I say I'm gonna support him as a fan. I still don't like Brock Purdy. I still think they made the wrong decision. And it showed last week. Yes, Cleveland has a great defense.
Yeah, that Cleveland defense is what but their ability to get pass rush to the quarterback was what I thought Dallas would be able to do the week before. So I think the key to Brock Purdy, like you said, is you can't let him sit that back because he's good enough and he processes well enough that he's really good in that system that he can pick you apart if you let him. But if you dirty him up, you can see the armor gets a little bit dusty, if you will.
I would say
you can see
the blueprint.
You can see his flaws.
Yeah, the Cleveland gave the rest of the NFL the blueprint of how to play him, and the blueprint to playing him is playing man. Pretty much, if you play man, if you send 4, and you pretty much leave everybody else in coverage, it makes him decide to where he wants to throw the football. Now, if you play zone, he'll sit back there and pick you apart all day long.
Yeah.
But if you play man, I think man, you can beat him in man all day long. I just don't know if he's a good quarterback because once you take that away, and I told Keith this on the phone. I said, Keith, because they're going to give him a contract because of the record he has, he's going to get it by all means. He's going to get that $50, $60 million contract because he has a good record. But when you give him that money, you got to lose other parts of the machine, which is Debo and McCaffrey. And that's when you see the true quarterback that he is, which is not a good one. I'm glad it showed this week because you know what you're getting now. You know what they tried to say and what really disappointed me the most, and then we can move on.
Yeah.
Last year, Trey Lance played in the game against Chicago.
That's right. The 10 minutes of rain in that game?
10 minutes, the
versus the monsoon.
The monsoon he played last year.
Yeah.
But now they finding every excuse in the book to say, well, Brock Purdy played in the rain, the ball was wet, he couldn't grip the football. it just so. What was his excuses last year for Trey Lance?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say about this. But can he lead us? I don't think so. I think the defense has to play up to. I mean, they got to play like lights out.
Yes.
In order for us to win, because I don't think we can beat Philly. I think Philly. That's what Philly.
And that's really the whole thing with the 49ers are good, and we had this sort of discussion last year about the most complete teams, and the 49ers are one of the most complete teams. So it's going to take a team like Philly, who's another complete team, to really challenge. So I think the 49ers, they'll be good enough until they get to a point. And then we're going to see. It was the first really bad game for Brock Purdy, so maybe he gets better. But, we like you said, the blueprint is out there. It's just how many teams have that kind of defense that can follow that blueprint, because everybody's defense ain't Cleveland.
Well, I don't think you got to have the pieces. I think it's a scheme. I think if you got, like, for instance, Minnesota this week, I think Minnesota can play a man, 4 down linemen come in, and if they keep their linebackers across the middle, they're not the greatest defense.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't know about that one.
But what I'm saying is, if you keep them in a man situation, especially if McCaffrey don't play this week, because that's what I
think that's the bigger thing. If it's Brock Purdy with all his pieces, I think they can beat Minnesota.
Of course.
If it's Brock Purdy and he has to put it together with a guy here or there, then that game could get interesting.
Yeah, I think if McCaffrey's not there, I think you're gonna see the real Brock Purdy, and it may not look like people like. And the media not really killing him right now,
except for Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp, but he was a weaker.
But he said it before that he's not an elite guy, so it's gonna be fun.
Listening to us though, because I've been saying that for weeks. I'm just saying.
Hey, we're research. Hey, speaking of believe it or not, Jacob, welcome to the show. He has a question about Sam Howell. Sam Howell was killing it in the preseason. Look, garbage. We talked about Desmond Ridder looking bad. Sam Howell looked bad, but Sam Howell is on a run right now. And I'd say he's 100% worse.
Trade for a long time.
Oh, man.
I've been on the Sam Howell trade. I like Sam Howell. I think Sam Howell is out now. Sydney, we family. So I want to say this right. How much? Well, it's a question actually. How much different does the Kansas City offense look now without the offensive coordinator there, which is in Washington with Sam Howell, who looks really good for some reason? Does that make a difference, or is it? You tell me.
Well, I don't know how much she can tell because part of the audio problems we have had to cut.
Her mic is off, but I can come around there and answer that question.
I'm just not it's a serious question. It's not trying to be funny.
Yeah, what do you think about Eric Bieniemy?
I heard what he said.
Yeah.
I just have to come this way. I come right here. I won't come all in your shot.
Hey, my shot is your shot.
Yes.
I haven't watched a lot of the Commanders actually play, so I can't make a direct comment. Are the Chiefs struggling? Yes, but I'm going to be real with you. I knew this was going to happen when he left. That's just the nature of somebody that used to be there. You got somebody else there. There's, that you got to adjust.
Okay.
The Commanders look better? Sure. Look who they have as their offensive coordinator. Do I feel any kind of way? No, because he wasn't going to stay in Kansas City forever. He eventually was going to move on. So, this is just what you have to deal with. I don't care because personally, I don't think the Chiefs are really going to be the Super Bowl contenders of last year. Will they win their division? Sure, probably.
The AFC West is terrible.
Yeah, there's that.
So, they can win that.
What happens after that remains to be seen because besides him being gone, the Chiefs got some other problems on offense. Mahomes is piecing some stuff together. They don't have nobody catching the ball. So it's a lot of other issues. Is it offensive coordinator related? It could be. Is the players not playing well? Could be. Okay. I can't say because I'm not in the locker room, on the practice field, or nothing with them. So who knows? Yeah. But they're not the team of last year. This is true. But they don't have all the same pieces as last year either, minus the coordinator. So they're just not the same team. So they're not going to perform the same. Are the Commanders doing well? Sure. It's great. I'm glad Bieniemy's doing well. I mean, I can't be mad. I can't be mad for what? That was last year. This is this year.
Well,
You
but
have
I
to
suppose
move
say
on.
I'm
So
not
I'm
saying
like,
be mad, but
whatever.
I
It
think
be
the
what
enemy
it
is
be.
making a difference on Sam Howell
Right.
this year than any other coordinator would, because I think the enemy is installing something different that makes Sam Howell look like a different quarterback and a more reliable quarterback this year. Because a lot of people wasn't on the Sam Howell train coming into this
Yeah.
year.
Well,
But
but I will say, I heard you say something.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is, that's why I said I haven't really watched the Commanders. Who have they played? I
well,
mean,
that's true.
everybody always comes through like, who have they played? They played somebody that really would challenge him. I mean, yeah, he might look better, but I need to see him play more. I need to
That's
see them
true.
play against somebody that will give a challenge to really test.
Well, this week they're playing the Giants. So going back to the original question,
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
he
you
plays
trust
Sam
Sam
Howell.
Howell this week against the
Yeah.
Giants?
I
A
mean,
thousand
that's
percent.
not, yeah, and that's not a real test.
Exactly.
I mean,
But I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
I
no,
need-
it's not a test, but Sam Howell should be great this week, Jacob.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you
it's-
got him, I start him.
Yeah, I start him.
Unfortunately, none of this great offense is working for Jahan Dotson, who's a guy we were kind of expecting to make
Yeah.
a sort of a leap, if you will. So we'll see how that goes. Welcome, GMB Jeff 021 to the show. By the way, he says you're smart, Sydney. So
Thank you. Appreciate it. I've been watching the Chiefs for over 20 years.
yes,
I know the ebb and flow of that team, and they're just.
they
I mean,
they
you
need
know-
to work. They need to shake some things off, and then
Yeah.
they'll
I
be.
mean, you come out
and
with
they'll be
Super
good to go.
Bowl, you trade players, you're not gonna, you get rid of coaches, you're not gonna be the same team. That's just the
Yeah.
ebb and flow of the business.
Yeah.
Now, will they get it together in time to win the championship? That remains to be
That
seen.
well, one thing I will say, forget Eric Bieniemy for a moment.
Yeah.
The defense for the Chiefs is starting to
Looking
I
look
don't
good,
know
which
what
is
they
insane.
did, but
Because
they look like the Chiefs of the
So-
90s.
so they lost a little bit on offense, but if it balances out with what they picked up on defense,
It
maybe it
does.
ends up being all right. So we'll see. We got a question. Much like myself, I'm feeling you, GMB Jeff. My teams are. I went 1-9. I 1-8 this week on my 9 fantasy football teams. 1-10 if you count my hockey team. I mean 1-9 if you count my hockey team. Bad losses. But Jeff says he's 2-3 in this league.
Okay.
You got Jordan Love, who, yeah, Jordan Love, Travis Etienne, Jalen Warren, Christian Kirk, Christian Watson, Kelsey, Sam Laporta at flex. The bench is James Conner, David Montgomery, and T. Higgins.
Ooh.
Jameson Williams and Tank Dell, I guess, also on the team. KJ, this is a deep roster. KJ Osborne and Deontay Johnson, 2, 3, and 1. Any players you suggested he makes a trade for?
So
Given that Donna, who's first I guess who's the most movable person in order to try to get some sort of trade done? And what do you see as some needs?
well, first I think you need. I don't know the scoring. That would be helpful. But the Jordan Love. I like Jordan Love, but Jordan Love's been scrambling
He has
lately.
been struggling lately.
I would try to trade for a
Better
better quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Jalen Warner. It's just something about him, and I think he's gonna get, which is crazy to say. I think he's gonna get more carries after this bye week. Well, coming back from the bye week, which is gonna hurt my heart the most, to be honest with you, because I think Najee deserves to get 20 to 25 carries a game, but I just can't take that.
I gotta believe it or not on that, but I'll let you finish this.
I like
one.
Christian Kirk.
Yeah,
Christian
Christian
Watson,
Kirk
I think is good. Kelsey,
Christian Watson is okay, but a lot of him depends on Jordan Love, which makes that. Yeah,
I mean, Jameson Williams is somebody I really kind of like. I think he's going to come along pretty well once you get in the groove of things. I think more likely you trade for a quarterback.
definitely. That's the weakest point.
Yeah,
on
right
this
now
team.
because I would package, and I don't know if you can package anybody because a lot of your players are hurt.
I was looking at that
I
too.
mean, like
Uh,
T. Higgins on a bad week, but he kind of hurt. He ain't did nothing. Montgomery hurt.
Higgins has
Donald
been one
hurt.
of the most disappointing fantasy players this year.
I mean, because a lot of
And
people,
he needs to play well so he can get some money. So I don't
yeah,
even understand what's going on right there.
I think a lot of people may come for like Laporta, Kelsey,
Yeah.
Travis Etienne, and I think they're gonna come for your main guys. But I would try to get not like your superstar quarterback, but I would try to
Hmm.
get somebody a little bit more better than Jordan Love,
Yeah.
like a sorry, but Sam Howell probably would be better
Someone
than
else
Jordan Love.
achievable. I,
Um,
I would say the strength of this team, as I look for it, is
Tight
really the
ends.
tight end. exactly.
Mhm.
I was like, you got two strong tight ends, so maybe you can package one of them that you're willing to part uh, with Jordan Love, and see if you, like you said, quarterback is definitely a big need on this
Yeah,
roster. It says it's forced to start Jalen Warren because Montgomery
yeah,
has out and James Conner's out.
yeah.
Um,
That's tough.
yeah, so already there talking about maybe packaging Kelsey, and maybe getting Kamara. Mm.
Eh, yeah, but I still
Hey,
think.
that's setting the sights high. Um,
Yeah, I mean, you probably with a Kelsey, you probably could.
yeah,
You probably
yeah,
could with a Kelsey. If you flip Kelsey for that, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
yeah. I definitely make a shot at it. But if you switch Kelsey for a move for Kamara, then you're still kind of struggling at quarterback, and you're kind of just hoping Jordan Love turns
Kind
things
of
up.
turns it
So
around, but that's one thing I can say. He gets every opportunity to turn it around.
yeah,
It ain't like they're gonna bench him or nothing. So
true that.
I mean, you got two great tight ends.
Yeah,
So I mean, if you can get rid of one, but now if I'm you, if you're getting rid of Kelsey, I'm getting back two guys. I'm not getting back one because
okay.
Kelsey's equivalent of two guys. So Devontae Smith off of Kelsey. That ain't bad.
Yeah,
Kamari, Smith, Kelsey. I'll do that. But Smith need to catch the ball. Stop
yeah,
dropping. So,
yeah. So hey, here's Justin Jefferson on the IR. So yeah, you might be able to make some moves, put in Kelsey and a wide receiver even because you have quite a few wide receivers.
yeah.
Maybe KJ Osborne has a really good game this week, and then you can
No.
sell high.
No.
You don't, no,
Not even. I don't think so.
it's a hope because someone's got to do some work with Justin Jefferson now. That's another thing that's hurt me this year.
I mean,
I'm struck.
Addison's really gonna be
Addison's
the
the
guy
dude. Yeah, of course.
until he gets back. So I don't know, man. Unless you, it's tough. Christian Kirk, you could package him. He's been playing well.
Yeah. Well, only thing is, I wouldn't want to give up Kirk only because you already given up one of your tight ends,
Well, what about hold up? What
and
if
so
you
I
package?
want to hold on to my best wide receiver.
Well, what I've learned, what we learned playing fantasy football, people value names
Yeah,
over most anything, right?
true enough.
So package T. Higgins and Kelsey for say a Kamari and a Smith or
Yeah.
a Kenneth Walker or something. I will package T. Higgins and Kelsey and see what I can get
You
back
might.
and do a 2 for 3 because they're gonna bite on Kelsey, obviously.
Kelsey is definitely going to be there. And T.
Yeah.
Higgins, you're right. That could be get something off that name.
Yeah, because you could get some off the T. Higgins name just off of the strength of that.
Yeah.
Because he has to play better at some point because he wants a contract. But if you can get back Kamari or Smith together, and then probably you can do a 2 for 2 to kind of make your team better. Because you really don't need Kelsey because you have Laporta. Or if you want to package Laporta, either one. So
What do you think about anyway about Kenneth Walker? Is Kelsey too much for Kenneth?
I do Kamara first.
You go Kamara first, of
I do
course.
Kamara first over
Okay.
Kenneth Walker because Kamara been playing well since he
Yeah.
came back. So I'll do Kamara and then I do upgrade at receiver until Jefferson come back,
Okay.
and that way you can put Kamara with the upgrade receiver with Jefferson, and then I would try to kind of grab a quarterback at some point.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks for the question. And hey, like I said, if you haven't already, everyone hit like and subscribe. Oh yeah, then we got some more other guys:
Oh,
Pacheco, Walker,
Barkley.
and
Better
Barkley.
get Barkley then.
I know, right?
Barkley.
But yeah,
Yeah,
but if they're wicked
can
tight
get
end, yeah, I would definitely make the move. You have two good tight ends, so I would definitely try to make that move to get something for him. And
of
hey,
course. Yeah.
good luck to you, because hey, I'm I say this. I have a couple of teams that I'm confident are going to make the playoffs, but I got a few 2 and 3s as well, and 1 and 4.
I got a 1 and 4. I got a 2 and 4. I mean,
so
I'm all right over in both
1 and
leagues,
5.
but
I guess that would be since
yeah,
we're going into
so.
week 7. But yeah,
Injuries terrible.
injuries have been killing me this year,
Yeah,
and then underperforming guys like I have T Higgins in several leagues as well. So
mm-hmm.
we'll see. We're only at the midpoint, guys. We can get much better. So
Oh,
believe it
yeah.
or not, we were talking Jaylen Warren and the Steelers. Can you believe that the Steelers came back from their bye week with Matt Canada still in place?
No, I can't.
Then
believe
is that
which is
offense going to
crazy.
get any better?
No, it's not.
Last year they got
Everything-
better after their bye week. Maybe this year, or what do you think?
No, because this is my thing with that. I read something today that Jalen Warner may get, and I don't understand this, man. I just don't get. Jalen Warner is not really that. I ain't gonna say he's good.
He's explosive.
He's explosive, but if you got Najee back there, Najee is not the quickest running back, but Najee's a bigger running back. If you give him enough carries. And I read an article, and the guy was like, for them to win, they need to run the ball because that opens it up for the passing game, which would help Kenny Pickett in the long run. They need to run Najee 20 to 25 times a game. They have to give him the ball.
We've said that before. Najee needs 20 carries a game because he's not as explosive as Jaylen Warren. This, if you go back to, remember back with the Panthers, they hit the Thunder and Lightning. That's kind of the game plan you need to do with this. You make sure you get about 20 carries for Najee Harris, and then after you wear him down, you start hitting him with Jaylen Warren, and you back and forth that joker, because we've seen that happen where it was, if I remember, D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart, they made it happen, and both of those guys were fantasy relevant. You can do that with the Steelers. And I see you needed. Jeff says he needs a career game from Jaylen Warren. I'm thinking coming off the bye week they should be better. I'm with you. I can't believe they decided to come back with Matt Canada. We said before they're just. I just saw that Najee Harris was like he has jeans.
I don't think it's Najee.
Yeah,
I think it's the O line.
It's definitely the O-line, and they
paid
a lot of extra money to have a worse offensive line than they had last year, which makes no sense at all. But going back to the point, I think there's something they can work with there. I don't know if Matt Canada is the guy to make happen. We said before they went to they are loyal to a fault, and that loyalty might come back to bite them. What do you think? What do you think they do this week, though?
I think they run the ball. Is
there hope for a career game from Jaylen Warren?
I ain't gonna say that.
No.
I think they're gonna. It's been a 45-55 split between the two, with Najee having that more 55%. So I think Najee still gets that 55%, but Jaylen Warren obviously gonna come in and take some runs away from him. Mm. I think I'm gonna go. Sorry, GMB, but I think Najee. I think they establish a run because they know that's how they win. I mean, they getting Deontay Johnson back. They got Pickens going. Kenny Pickett is playing well. I think that's how they set up the run. I mean, the pass in order to get Deontay Johnson and Pickens going. Yeah. So they're going to have to do that. For me, I think they start off with the run and keep it going, to be honest with you. So, and both of them may have a good game, to be honest with you. I just think Najee should have the better game. Because he's the better runner. Yeah, he's the better running back.
Well, they have the Rams, so we'll see how that goes.
Honestly, the Rams, whether you believe it or not, the Rams may be scary down the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
We thought at the beginning that the Seahawks were going to be the competition for the 49ers in that division. Maybe not. It looks like it's the Rams. So That's gonna be a tough start. But the Steelers are traditionally good coming off a bye week, so
Of
I'm
course,
wishing
yeah.
the best for you, and for me too, because I have Najee Harris and
I have Najee too.
and I have Jalen Warren. I think in one, so I don't. But I do have Deontay Johnson, and I need him back
I
immediately.
got Pickens in a few leagues, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so Angelo, who's our resident Steelers expert, along with Carla, hoping they focus on establishing Najee. They had 2 weeks to get prepared, so we'll see where it goes.
I mean, they still have the same problem they had last year, which is the O-line. The O-line, even though they made strides to make it better, I don't think it's better.
Yeah.
I just think he a bell cow, and you got to use him the right way. And I think if you use him the right way, I think he can be the Najee that everybody thought he was.
So. Hey, and Anto's going to be in LA watching that. He's been making to quite a few of them Steelers games. I hope they do you right.
I just bought my ticket to the Washington game last week to go see the Niners. So I'll be in your area on New Year's Eve.
All right. We won't be. So
I know you. But I'll be there.
But hey, you can hold it down for us, and hopefully your 49ers do you right too.
Yeah, we'll see. Hope it ain't cold. It's gonna be cold as crap out there, but it's all good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
What else we got? Believe it or not, what do you see that you have faith or no faith in?
Believe it or not, are the Lions for real?
Yeah, 100. Hey, didn't someone on this show pick the Lions to win that division? I think it was it me? I think it was me.
Maybe. Okay.
Hey, the Lions right now are one of they're tied for the best record in the league. So I think they're 100% real. We saw it last year that team was going to be something special, and the way the Vikings were up and down, even last year, though they won the division, they were lucking into a lot of wins, and this year they have not been as lucky. The Bears, we knew weren't going to be good. Everybody knew the Bears were going to be pathetic. And so it basically came down to, were the Packers going to be able to start something new with Jordan Love? Right now it's not looking that great for them. And so I think the Lions have an easy road to winning that division. And I think they're going to make some noise in the playoffs. I don't think they're quite at the level of like the Eagles or the 49ers.
Well, that was my next question for you.
Right.
Now, can they beat? Now, we talking both teams healthy, no injuries, whatever. Can they beat the Eagles or the 49ers straight up?
Can they? Yeah. Hey, no offense. We saw the Jets win. We saw the Browns beat the Niners. Yeah. So, of course, I think the Lions are more talented than either one of those teams. But nah, I don't see if both of the teams are at full strength. I don't think the Lions lose to the 49ers, and I don't see them losing to the Eagles either. So.
Yo.
Welcome Skills Ford to the show. Said that Deontay Johnson's going to give Kenny a go-to wide receiver. I think Pickens is a go-to wide receiver, but it's never bad to have two guys.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to Deontay Johnson being back because I have him in more leagues than I have George Pickens. Welcome Hans to the show. I'm sorry that I put the jinx on your Astros. I was rooting for them, but they
winning right now.
They're winning now. But those Rangers have been looking crazy good. So hopefully, I'm still hoping Houston can pull it up. So we'll see. None of you beating Gang Green. Seriously, is that a real comment?
I mean, he's an Eagles fan. I mean,
okay.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
I say this: the Eagles are my favorite to win the NFC, but I can see the 49ers beating. I don't see the Lions beating them. I think to me the NFC is just going to be between the Eagles and the 49ers. I don't think anyone else is realistic.
So you don't give the Lions a shot at all.
I give them a shot, but I don't see it. I would be I picked them to win the division, but I would be very surprised for them to win the conference.
Okay.
I don't think they're there yet. I think they're maybe a year away.
Jets 49ers.
But Yeah, we'll see.
Did you see
Super
that
Bowl,
comment?
Jets and
You know,
versus
hold on.
49ers?
You know what? He
Sam
might be
Darnold
on
starting
to
for the
something.
49ers has to be.
He might be on to something. You know, I heard this earlier just through random podcasts, whatever. And I listen to a lot of 49er media guys that have podcasts. And one of the guys is like,
okay,
is Sam Darnold, if Brock Purdy has a bad game this week, next week, is Sam Darnold coming in as the quarterback? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I don't think Sam Darnold's good, personally. Just being honest with you. But
by the way, corrections. That's what I thought he was talking about the first time we
he's
said
talking about the
gangrene. That I was thinking Jets because I think that. But okay, I would have believed it more seriously if it
was
were
Philly, but no.
But if I said this about the Jets. We said a year ago the Jets were building something great. They're the offensive rookie of the year and the defensive rookie of the year last year. With Aaron Rodgers, that team was going to go places. With Zach Wilson, we'll see.
Yeah, okay.
But if you believe it, Aaron Rodgers is on the miracle juice or whatever, and he's saying he might be back. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Sam believer, GMB, but I get it. You're a Jets fan, so you was a Sam fan for 4 years.
If you're a Jets, I don't know how much of a Sam Darnold fan he was.
He just said he say Sam is boy. My boy Sam. I mean, hey, no offense. I'm just saying
Sam Darnold's terrible.
He's a terrible quarterback. I'm just saying, but you know, hey, more love for you if you like him. So
good. Here's some more. How do you because Kyren Williams was killing the game. A lot of people went with their waiver pick for Zach Evans. Hansi says he regrets not using his pick on him. How do you feel on that?
I don't know because they picked up another running back and they brought somebody off the practice squad.
Royce Freeman is there.
Yeah, you don't know who they're gonna play until they play, and Zach might not get the carries that people think. So
for me, and it's all 100% based on the Cam Akers situation from the moment they drafted him. I'm convinced that McVay is the new Bill Belichick. I don't trust anything he does with his running back. So I saw Zach out there on waiver wires, and I thought a lot about trying to put in a move for him. I couldn't convince myself to do it because I'm like, to me, I don't. We'll see. And I've said this before. Sometimes those players that I'm willing to be wrong on. Zach Evans is one of those guys. I'm like, if someone else grabs him, more power to them.
Yeah,
they can have it.
Touching them. I'm good with that though.
Yeah,
I'm good to say no on that.
Yeah, he's one. He could ball out, and I would say I was wrong, but I can live with it because basically at this point, I would have to drop what I think is a valuable member of my team in order to pick him up, and I just didn't think that was worth it. So unless I was bad at running back, then maybe. So hopefully your PTSD doesn't hurt too bad. But for me right now, I'm not crying too much over missing out on Zach Evans. No. But another Zach apparently outplayed Mahomes, beat Josh Allen, and beat Jalen Hurts.
I would say the defense.
Now, the only thing that's correct in that whole sentence is the Jets have an elite defense.
That's about it. Because Zach, now I'm not going to
improving. I say Zach Wilson's improving.
Zach is
but he started so low that improving is still not.
Yeah, I mean, look, GMB. Look, I'm just like you. I'm a Niners fan, and I know you're a Jets fan, and I know your love for your Jets. Sometimes it can make your brain be a little weird. Yeah. But I don't think he outplayed Mahomes. I mean, Josh Allen threw 3 interceptions in that game, if I'm not mistaken. And Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions too. So the defense won that game. And Zach didn't make it in. He didn't make it.
But he didn't lose the game as we got there. So, and that's really all you need from. That's the one thing about. I'm going to go back to Brock Purdy for a second. I think the Jets are set up in such a way that you really just need a quarterback there that's not going to blow it. You know what I'm saying? Just make the play when you need to make the play. And the other time you got Breece Hall in the backfield. You got Garrett Wilson, who's just like incredible. You've got that defense that you're gonna rely on. So yeah,
I mean, Zach is improving, but Zach he's playing. He's not turning the ball over as much as he did in his first 2 years. So if you want to say that, then yes, I give you that. But it's the defense that's really playing their part, that's winning those games. And Breece Hall obviously is one of the reasons why. So other than that, Zach is playing his part, handing the ball off, throwing for 150 yards, maybe 175 yards. He's not blowing the world up and saying that he's playing well. I don't see that happening, but okay.
He's playing well enough. He's playing as well as can be expected when your name is Zach Wilson. So that's about as far down that street as I'm going. But another big waiver claim, we talked about people going for Evans. Kareem Hunt.
I'll take Kareem Hunt.
I buy that one. That one I don't believe is fool's gold. We've seen Kareem Hunt lead the league in rushing before. Yeah. So it's not like it's so far off that he's an unproven commodity. And in that offense, the only thing that was holding Kareem Hunt back was Nick Chubb. And no disrespect to Jerome Ford. Kareem Hunt is...
I still think Jerome Ford is the better back out there. To me, I just think he's the better back. He's a little bit more shifty. He gets just a little shifty, but I think that what they're doing is running both of them, and I think is a good thing. So I think playing both of them are good. So I will say that.
Yeah. Much like Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb were successful in that offense for fantasy purposes as well as in the real NFL, I think there's enough room for Jerome Ford.
Of course.
And especially while they're waiting for Deshaun Watson to be fully ready to go. Because P.J. Walker didn't look horrible.
P.J. Walker almost gave a game
I was going to go. He didn't look horrible, as bad as I thought he was going to look, but you could see why he is not a starter in this NFL. He like you said, he almost gave the game away, and some of these passes are like, how are you missing these?
Honestly, and the thing is with P.J. Walker did look bad, but P.J. Walker managed the game just enough.
He did just enough
to win. So I think at the end of the day, the Browns are probably going to rely on their defense, and they're going to rely on the running game. And P.J. Walker, as long as he's in the game, to not mess up.
Yeah.
So don't make the bonehead decisions. Justin, I need you to talk to GMB about these Jets because these Jets. How do you feel about Zach Wilson, Justin? You tell GMB and see how he feels. So.
I think there's a reason for hope. But yeah, but like I said, only if Zach Wilson is playing that system quarterback role where he's not trying to do too much.
Yeah.
Justice playing against Tua, CMC, maybe Gibbs, Godwin, Jalen Waddle, Laporta, Jerry Jeudy in the 49ers defense special teams. He has Jalen Hurts, Bijan, Josh Jacobs, Puka, who had a bad game. But he still had a lot of targets, so I think it's okay for Puka. Zay Flowers, Darren Waller, George Pickens, and the Bucks defense. Who's the better team in that?
Oh, question mark on CMC if he playing. What? Just put it out there. Say if he plays. He's so involved. CMC. Now the question is, what is Tua doing against Philly? And I had a discussion with somebody earlier. Okay. It was like, you got Tua to win it. I say speed kills. If they get Tua any time to sit in the pocket and just make a pass, Tyreek Hill is going to burn that corner. Whoever it is, he's going to burn him. Okay. So is Jalen Waddle. But I think Philly defense is good enough to where they can kind of slow them down. Because Buffalo did. Buffalo slowed them down, and they made them look normal. Now, I think Philly can make them look normal, too. Now, I think he wins because Miami's defense is not that great, and I think Jalen Hurts got to have a bounce-back game regardless of the way he played last week. Bijan, Jacobs, Puka got to play better. Well, he got it. The targets is there. He just got to play better. I think he win just because I don't think CMC playing. And I think that's the biggest thing. And I think it may be a difficult time for Tua against Philly. I could be wrong though. I don't think they're going to be up by 28 points like they've been the last couple of weeks. So he wins it, but it's going to be a rare win. It's going to be it's going to be close.
Unless CMC doesn't play, in which case, I think that can't do anything but help. But I'm gonna go back to your point. How did the Dolphins look when they played against a real team like Buffalo? Yeah. I think the Eagles win. I see no possible way, and I might be putting the jinx on them right now. But after losing last week, I don't see there's any possible way the Jets don't. I mean, look at me. I don't see there's any possible way the Eagles don't come into this game 100% focused.
Of course, they got to be focused. They lost. They mad.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they want to.
And they have Julio Jones now.
Jalen Hurts want to come in and say, "Look," because they talking bad about him now, obviously. So they want to. He want to come back and prove that he's still Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And I get it.
I think they win, but there should be the over under on that game is pretty high, 52.
Ooh, that's a lot.
And they got Eagles as narrow favorites.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be that high. I don't think it's going to be that high of a score. I think that they're including the way the Dolphins have looked against inferior quality out there. So, yes, and the Eagles did lose to the Jets. So we established that. So yeah. But hey, he likes the Jets making the playoffs. They hit the hardest first 6 games. You know what? Hey, maybe. I think they can make. I can think they can make some noise. But we got a question. What do you think about Zeke taking over in New England? I mentioned earlier that I hate McVay because I think he's the new Bill Belichick. Well, Bill Belichick is the original Bill Belichick. And so this was the 1 year that and you got me on it in the offseason. This was the 1 year I was trusting Bill Belichick with Ramondre Stevenson. And it looks like that was foolish on my part. What do you think about Zeke? I don't like that.
I've been saying that. Yeah. I said that before the season started. I said Zeke. I called it.
You did.
They signed Zeke for a reason. They gave Zeke $6 million, I think, $7 million. That's pretty high for a running back nowadays. Yeah. I think Zeke is going to be the guy, and Ramondre.
It's killing me. I have Ramondre in a couple of leagues as well because I thought he was going to be so good.
I said this. Ramondre Stevenson, not even Ramondre, but the New England Patriots have not had a back-to-back starting running back, the same running back. And they don't do that. Corey Dillon, I think, came the closest. Right. And that was 2 years, and then they got rid of Corey Dillon? No. Not even. Zeke gonna step in and Zeke gonna do what he do. He gonna get goal line carries, get touchdowns, and he gonna give you 20 carries for 77 yards and a touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've lost the ability to comment on that because I was so horribly wrong. Never trust Bill Belichick is the lesson learned. Yeah. The lesson relearned because I knew it before and I let myself get out of control. Will Hayes has another. You need to start one. Available on the waiver wires, Antonio Gibson, who's been playing fairly decent, considering he doesn't get a lot of carries. Kenneth Gainwell, Eli Mitchell, Craig Reynolds. Who would you pick up?
I'm going
from that list. You going to Gibson?
Kenneth Gainwell.
Is it because it's the Eagles? I mean, the Giants?
Yeah, because it's the Giants and Kenneth Gainwell. Swift is just killing me.
Swift is the man.
Kenneth Gainwell ain't going to see the field.
It's not reliable.
Like that.
Yeah.
Elijah Mitchell, Mason going to start over him, and I think Gibbs is going to get more run than Craig. So I think if you need – Gibson is getting more touches as far as passing. So I think from a receiving standpoint, I think Gibson is probably the better play, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially if we're talking PPR, I'm 100% with you. Antonio Gibson, finding new ways to be fantasy relevant. So, yeah, I go with that one as well. Where are we?
That's Justin. And then talking about Zach Wilson.
Yeah, we got a lot of Zach Wilson. Oh yeah, I forgot that one. Need your thoughts. David Koo, welcome to the show. If that's the next one. Traded Ken Walker and Garrett Wilson for Cooper Kupp. Good or bad trade? They still have DeAndre Swift that we were just talking about and Aaron Jones,
That's a
who's
perfect
going to
trade.
be coming back and doing some work.
That's a perfect trade.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cooper Kupp
Hey,
came right back where he left
came
off.
right back like he never left, right?
I'll tell you.
so
Definitely.
so if you had some fear that Puka was going to interfere,
Right.
they're both finding ways to get targets. But Cooper Kupp is still the
Cooper Kupp.
dude. So yeah, I love that trade.
Yeah.
Should Bill Belichick step down?
Not
You
happening.
heard it here first with our third man that this was the year that he gets fired and not step down. I don't see him stepping down. But you know, I think this could be the last year. I think the message has gotten old and cold.
Yeah, I don't think he steps down.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, it would have to be mutual, if anything, from a mutual standpoint with the Patriots and him. But I'm not thinking he's going anywhere. I think he's gonna be there. I think they're gonna. The problem is this: his legacy is built off of Tom Brady,
Yeah.
and he doesn't know how to develop quarterbacks because people forget that Bill Belichick is a defensive-minded
Yeah,
coach. That's his thing. Defense, special teams. He doesn't know how to develop quarterbacks. And that's not saying he's not a legend or great. It's just Tom Brady made him look good in the defense. He always stuck with the defense, stuck with the special teams, and that was his thing. And I don't think he steps down. Now, are they gonna fire him? No. It's not happening. Is he retiring?
Yeah, that's what GMB Jeff says.
No,
retiring after the Jets beat him
I don't
the
think
last
he's
game of the
retiring.
year.
No, I don't think he's retiring. I think he's there. Now the problem is he need to fix the quarterback position. Mac Jones ain't the answer, actually.
Well,
And-
I would say this. You say he's not good at developing quarterbacks. If he wants Josh McDaniels back, like he always gets him back, I think the Raiders are willing to part with him. There's already the rumors that the Raiders they're trying to shop Hunter Renfro, my guy, third and Renfro around because they need to make some moves because if they don't win, the rumor is he's gonna get fired again. And hey,
He'll bring him back.
Hey, go right back to Bill Belichick and
He'll bring him back now.
wash the stain off the Raiders organization. So
He always bring. Every time he got fired from
every
Denver,
time he gets fired, he goes right back.
go right back to Bill Belichick. So
Yeah.
it's not like he won't go back. So at the end of the day, I'm good. I mean, for your sake, I think McDaniel needs to be gone from y'all because he's killing the morale around there. He's killing everything at that Bill. He's bad. He's not a head coach. Some people just not meant to be head coaches, and he's one of them. He's meant to be an offensive coordinator, and that's it. Now, maybe you need to go back to help Mac Jones, but I don't think Mac Jones is the answer anyway. I think they need to go a different direction at quarterback. Who wants to play in New England? That's the question. Maybe Kirk Cousins want to.
He might be looking for a new place to go. But they can also, I forgot to mention this earlier. There was a comment over about Jimmy G. They can have Jimmy G back too. They can have. We would do a two.
Nobody wants Jimmy G.
We could do a twofer. They can have Jimmy G and they can have Josh McDaniels back in Patriot Town.
Jimmy's gonna be a career backup after this.
He's gonna be because he's been. I'll say this: Jacoby Myers has been doing some work, but maybe too much work.
He can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
He can't stay healthy. That's the problem. That's always been his problem. I told you he get hurt getting out of bed. I've been telling you that. and I told you when you got him, he was gonna get hurt. He didn't even last 2 games before he got hurt.
Yeah.
So, and this back problem now, the back problem may put him down. Not as far as like maybe a career-ending injury or somewhere he might be sitting out a few because your back ain't nothing to play with. So, I mean, at the end of the day.
We'll see. But, hey, if he doesn't, I already told y'all, Aiden O'Connell, that's the future we're waiting for it to happen. So,
yeah, okay. You're right. You may be right on that. Aiden O'Connell is actually
Hey, Devontae Adams likes him, and so that's all the endorsement I need. If Devontae Adams loves him, then he's good. So.
Oh my gosh, that is funny. I got one for you though.
What you got?
How real is, because we got a lot of, I guess, 5-1 teams floating around. So you got Detroit, you got Philly, you got San Francisco, you got Kansas City. Who's the realest team coming out of the AFC?
The same team it was last year. They got to get their stuff together, but the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. The Bills, I think, are second still. But if I'm gonna go with a surprise team, is there anyone else I really think can? I actually, I know we've had it said a lot in the chat. Would I give the Jets that opportunity to be the surprise team, or the more likely one would be the Dolphins? But I still don't believe in the speed kills, but I don't see the Dolphins as a real contender to win the championship But I guess because they can score a lot, they would be maybe, I guess, third pick. I might actually go with defense ahead and go. I say this, especially in January, December, cold weather, defense travels anywhere. What the Dolphins have, not necessarily so. And so, if you're gonna ask me, should the Dolphins be ranked above the Jets? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go
even with a better record.
Even with a better record, playoff time. Now this is all. I see people talking about Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is really coming back this year. Not for real, for real. If Zach Wilson can stay in his Brock Purdy role and just distribute the ball and not make mistakes, the Jets can beat playoff teams. We've seen it happen already. The Dolphins, I just don't believe. I believe the Dolphins are a track team, but when you get hit in that cold December, January weather, I don't see that traveling well enough for them to make it through to the Super Bowl. So, but for me, it's the Chiefs' game to lose.
I'm gonna say the Dolphins.
And by the way, Hans, that Joe Burrow, the Bengals, they've been so up and down. I don't know what to make of them this year. But Hans is saying that Mahomes thought he could live without Tyreek Hill.
He can't live without Tyreek.
Who won this? You knew that was coming from.
You just started her up, Hans.
Like literally just last year, they won the Super Bowl.
Hans, you just started her up, Hans. You got her.
He does not need Tyreek. That is not the sauce that he needs to be successful. Let it go.
If you missed it, let it go. Tyreek Hill, trust me, Tyreek Hill. Hey, I say this, maybe, just maybe. You laughed at McCole Hardman before, but if he can learn to catch, McCole Hardman can do for the Chiefs offense what Tyreek Hill did. All they need is speed. They can make things happen. They don't need a Tyreek Hill. He's not now. McCole Hardman is not Tyreek Hill. That's not what I'm saying. But for that offense, what they really need is Travis Kelce to get his stuff together, stop being in Love Land with all this stuff.
It's Love Land now.
He needs to get out of Love Land and focus on football.
That is the Chiefs' problem. They be too busy doing commercials.
They got too much going on outside.
Being social. Concentrate on football, and they would be better.
Yeah. So for right now, until I see otherwise, nobody in the AFC to me can beat the Chiefs except the Chiefs. Bills, I still have second. If Joe Burrow and the Bengals can get their stuff together, they should be there. But I'm thinking, I don't know. Maybe they are a slow starting team. What do you think?
I mean,
can the Bengals get their lives right?
You see, Hun?
Yeah, I saw
You
that.
started her, Hun. I'm sorry, Hun. She's very defensive, Hun. You started her up.
Yeah.
I don't know. When y'all start on that Tyreek Hill nonsense, yes, I get pissed because he does not need Tyreek Hill.
Don't need Tyreek Hill.
Don't need Tyreek Hill. Han, you heard her, Han.
Yeah. What do you think? Who are your AFC favorites? Are you going Dolphins?
Like the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins. And the only problem with the Dolphins is when it comes to playoff time, a lot of that stuff slows down.
Yeah.
And it becomes more of a defensive type of.
If they have to take that team to Buffalo,
but it
ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work.
If they get the number 1 seed, it's going through Miami.
Get out of here.
Why not?
They're not getting the number 1 seed.
Okay. They got the number 1 seed. Okay.
They're not getting the number 1 seed.
I mean, because Buffalo.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Buffalo hurt. Like Buffalo definitely is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Secondary, linebackers. They don't really have a running game like that. Cook is all right. Cook, he has his moments, but I mean, the Dolphins may win that division over Buffalo.
They did not think Tootie was the next Tyreek Hill.
All right, she is going in over here
because he's saying stuff that doesn't make sense.
He said,
yeah.
Han, you woke up asleep.
Yeah. I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah, let that go, Han. Yeah. Oh God, she's in the comment section now. Okay, Han, please come back. Don't go.
Oh my bad. Don't let my actions stop you from that show.
Yeah.
Where were we? AFC contenders.
I like the Dolphins.
You like the Dolphins?
I can't see the Jets. They're the Jets. Yes, the defense, the running game. I think Breece Hall, since they took the leash off of him, he's playing like Breece Hall, and I think at the end of the day, yes, the defense can carry them there. What is Zach Wilson going to do in that moment when they need him to make a play? Yeah. And that's when it comes down. That's when it comes down to, okay, Zach Wilson making a play. Do you trust him or do you trust the other team? To me, I'm not trusting Zach Wilson to make a play at this moment. As long as he's doing what he's doing as a game manager and making sure that he doesn't make any mistakes and throwing interceptions, I think they're fine. I just think the Dolphins, they don't have a defense, but their offense is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
how that offense looked when they played the Bills?
It didn't look good.
There you go.
We know that. But
I'm looking at the schedule right now. The Dolphins have at least another 4 losses coming their way.
Okay.
Easily.
We'll see. I got the Dolphins.
Okay.
I mean, but I do like Mahomes in them. You can't really discount Mahomes at anything, honestly. They need to get a receiving core together, and I think once they get that together, they'll be all right. I don't think McCall Harmon is going to really be a factor. I just think at the end of the day, if you trade for a receiver, that's going to do some work instantly. Not, okay, McCall Harmon, we know you've been in the system. We know you know the play.
I was hoping they were going to shoot higher.
Yeah,
than McCall Harmon. I will say that.
I mean, go get Brandon Ayuk or somebody else. I mean, geez.
What? Are you saying that?
I mean, think about it. He's on a contract year.
I know why that benefits the Chiefs. I'm just surprised to hear you say get Brandon Ayuk.
It makes sense. Contract year. He wants to get paid. Team like that. I'm not saying trade him. I'm just saying if you're going to shoot for the moon at least. That's
like Hunter Renfrow? He might be available.
We're not talking Hunter Renfrow. Not at all.
Okay, never mind.
But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, at least shoot for a receiver that you know that's going to make an impact.
Yeah.
We're not saying he's going to make an impact like that. Not right off the buck. No.
I'm with you.
I'm just saying.
But we can probably agree top 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah.
And I'd have the Dolphins in my top 5. Maybe even 4. Maybe even 4.
I don't think Buffalo has enough. Now, the one thing about Buffalo, Josh Allen can carry them to 12 wins just because he's Josh Allen. But if everything is not working, they losing pieces every week.
Sorry.
Oh, something good must be
Yeah,
happening.
I was like, okay, what happened here?
Is this WNBA? The
Aces
Aces? Oh, celebrating in Las. We're going to Vegas. The Aces have won the WNBA Finals.
69. They won by points.
All right.
All right now. All right.
Sorry.
Oh, that's gonna be the off the hook parade. So congratulations, Aces, for getting it done. Because hey, they did not look good without Chelsea Gray. It was gonna be scary for them. So.
We're going to parade.
Oh gosh.
All right.
One thing. But no, what I'm saying
Well, yeah,
is,
go ahead.
And with Joe Barrow and them, they do make a late push.
Yeah.
They always make a late push. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why you just can't start fast and kind of keep it going. But they always start slow, and they always start at the right time and get hot. So it could be the Bengals because the Bengals is there.
Yeah, they're still in it. As bad as they've looked, you know what I'm saying? They're still 3-3. So it's not like you can't turn that around.
They do it every year.
They do it every year.
And
quite frankly, the way the Ravens have been, and the way the Steelers still have Matt Canada, and the Browns are the Browns, that division is still up for grabs. I mean, they're fourth right now, but they could realistically be in first.
I mean, for me, it's Kansas City, the Dolphins, and if you want to say Buffalo, you can say Buffalo.
You should say Buffalo.
Okay, Buffalo. And if you want to do a dark horse, I guess maybe the Jets.
The Jets are my dark horse. I don't have a lot of confidence in it. I wanted my dark horse to be the Jaguars, but I'm not really
with trouble. I mean, the way they playing, I don't know.
I wanted them to be them, but I don't think anyone from that division is going to compete. But
Okay. Yes, he is really going in. Yeah, that's funny.
Hey, but hey, I'm gonna go to Hans' comment. Tyreek and Keenan. Yeah, those two wide receivers can be carrying your fantasy football team. And I love Tyreek Hill the rest of the season. For believe it or not, Tyreek Hill is gonna. I think he's going to maybe. He looks like he gets over 2,000.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Give me your rankings of non-quarterback MVPs this year.
Okay.
Because
quarterback.
And I say this to say,
MVP.
I feel like I feel like a non-quarterback should
I think Tyreek Hill is going to definitely be on that list, just because take him away, I don't see the Dolphin. I love Jalen Waddle, but I think Tyreek Hill's just going to have the numbers. Like I said, I think he hits. I would be not the least bit if he gets over 2,000 this year.
Okay.
And if he does that, he's going to be in the MVP conversation. If the Jets win the playoff, get to the playoffs, not win it, but get in the playoffs, then Breece Hill's definitely going to be in that conversation. Non-quarterback. I'm going down my NFL rosters. CMC. Yeah. I mean, hey, he's the guy. It would have been Justin Jefferson, but I don't think he's going to play enough. There's rumors he might not even play anymore this year. Anyone else stand out to me? I think those are my main ones, the main three I got. Who else you got on your list? Or who do you have on your list, I should say?
Well, you took most of them, but my dark horse, non-quarterback.
And feel free to play in the audience too. Let me know if you guys have any non-quarterback guys.
If Swift,
I see Quincy Williams. Is that a
Swift? Swift could be if he keeps it up.
If it's no offense to DeAndre Swift, if it's him, then it should really be the offensive line.
But you can't give it to the offensive line, though.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, if the way he's been playing, if you're saying non-MVP, who's in the non-MVP race, Swift has to be at least mentioned in the conversation. I ain't saying he can get it because he's balling out like in Philly right now. AJ Brown. AJ Brown has been playing really good. But you took my other ones like CMC and obviously Cheetah.
Well, they were the obvious ones. So
yeah, obviously, yes. But I think AJ Brown is definitely one that you put in that at least top 5, 6 maybe conversation to say, you know what, okay, cool. He should be in the conversation, but they probably not gonna give it to him. Because I really think a non-quarterback should win it this year, but I don't think they're gonna do that. They're gonna give it to a quarterback anyway. Because they'll give it to Tua before they give it to Cheetah. I'm just saying that as an example.
No, I get it.
They give it to Tua before they give it to Cheetah. Even though Cheetah is the reason why he's throwing for those yards. Yeah. But they give it
if I saw earlier that Tua can't throw. If Tua doesn't have Jalen Waddle and Cheetah, is he as good as he's been?
If you take both of them away, no.
You give him Mac Jones wide receivers. He's got Kendrick Bourne.
Now the better question is this, because I feel like Tua is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy, but do you think they're in the same situation as far as talent around them?
I think Brock Purdy has more talent around him.
No, I'm just saying, like, do they benefit?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
They benefit from their talent around.
But I don't think Tua is necessarily limited to be a system guy.
I don't think Tua is either.
I think Brock Purdy is. And I could be wrong. We'll see what he develops into, because he's still really early in his career. But if you ask me right now, who can survive outside of their current system, I would go with Tui off talent more so than I would off Brock Purdy. Okay. No disrespect.
Tua or Jalen Hurts?
All right. In the 10-team money league, Han says he got Tariq with the last pick of the first round.
Somebody can't draft in that league. Sorry. Just keeping it 100 with you. Can't draft in that league. If you got Tua supposed to go, for what Tua did last year, Tua did 1,600 yards, 1,600 yards last year, something crazy like that.
Hill did.
Yes. Yeah. You last in the first round? Not even. No.
Maybe somebody didn't get the memo that running backs aren't it anymore, and wide receivers slip. But hey, good for you, Hans. You pulled that off. So
one more question.
Yeah, go for it. What you got?
Are you trading for Zach Moss? I'm talking about real life. Is you trading
for real life as in football, yeah. Real life, NFL, or we're still talking fantasy football? Do I trade for Zach Moss?
Because if Zach Moss is traded to anybody else's team, is Zach Moss a top 5 running back?
I didn't think Zach Moss was a top 5 running back with the Colts, but he was. So, so
that's what I'm saying. So if he gets traded, if the team trades for Zach Moss, right now,
I think you have to. I make the trade because I can't judge him off his Buffalo years because
they don't run the ball. They're running back named Josh Allen.
Has had the best success, I think, this year with that role. Yeah. I think Zach Moss, I don't make a high trade for him, but yeah, I think he definitely deserves a chance to see what he can do.
I mean, because I ain't gonna say you don't need him, but you have Jonathan Taylor often injured sometimes. But if he wants to play, do you trade him? Does he get traded to say, you know what?
Now, if I'm the Colts, I don't trade him. But other teams, I would be interested. I don't trade him because if I'm the Colts, I'm not 100% sure this Jonathan Taylor situation doesn't. I mean, he got his money, so yeah. I guess in that regard he's good. But we see them get hurt. we've seen guys just be discontent and just not play as well. So I hold on to Zach Moss because I think they discovered they had a gem, and so I hold on to him. But I definitely see other teams trying to get him. Just scared to guess.
Yo, that is funny. Yeah. That's funny.
Trade machines: Breece Hall, Amon-Ra, Justin Fields.
Trade machine.
I don't.
Yeah, I need to. Like, what is the question?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where we go with that one.
Yeah, but kind of come back with that question a little bit.
Get some clarity on that.
Yeah.
But I say this: if I had Justin Fields, I'm probably trying to think of maybe some trades stuff to do with him. But I also say if I have Breece Hall, there's no. I don't even think Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't think there's a trade you can convince me for those.
I don't trade none of those guys except Justin Fields. Yeah. Unless you're in a dynasty league, you keep Justin Fields. But yeah. C asks, is Zach Moss worth holding on to?
Until I find out more, I sure do. I don't draw. Hey, I made the mistake of benching Zach Moss.
Me too.
So
I benched him last week too. He gave me 17 on the bench. I just you don't know what you get.
It's so hard to read into that situation. So the question is, do you play him? Oh, you want to trade? Oh, machines was supposed to be Mahomes.
Mahomes, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Mahomes for all those guys.
Ooh.
That depends on what your league structure is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine a league where I'd get rid of Breece Hall and Amon-Ra Brown for as good as Mahomes is. I don't do it. One, because Mahomes he's been playing well, but by Mahomes standards,
he ain't been playing like Mahomes.
He's been kind of a down guy. So unless I'm the person, I still don't give up Breece Hall. Unless it's in one of those crazy offense leagues where the quarterback gets tons of points, which isn't your standard thing. I don't make that move. I take my chances with Breece Hall and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Well, my question is somebody gonna veto that? That's my question.
I don't think so. I think that's
for Justin Fields, Breece Hall, and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
All three of those. Okay, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's a lot to be giving up. Now, if you're gonna make that trade, you add one more piece with Mahomes
plus.
To make it look more legit. Because if it was me, I'm saying you giving up Mahomes and that person is getting all of that back.
Yeah.
I don't know. So me, I ain't doing it. But
yeah,
I like Justin Fields, but yeah, he getting them hard and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
How's Justin Fields gonna be with that thumb?
Yeah. I don't know about. I wouldn't do it. I would keep Mahomes just because Mahomes, he's due for a game to where he's going to beat Mahomes. So I'm keeping Mahomes, period, just because Mahomes can win you a league. He's going to win you a league, period.
Okay, so I say now he will A&J Films would be getting would get those players for Mahomes.
But still, I get that part of it. But
okay, I didn't get that. For if you can do it, then
yes. But
then
in the league gonna stop it.
Hey, what's your point on veto? For me, I don't veto unless it's some sort. I don't think that one is a veto trade for me.
It depends on the
now.
League
if I'm a hater in the league, then I might.
Of course.
Then I might be, but I don't really like veto and stuff unless it's like definite collusion. I think that's a fair. Well, for me, if I'm getting those, because there's a question mark with Justin Fields. So if you're getting, especially if I already had a good backup aside from Justin Fields, then I do like that trade. If I'm on the
but you gotta. We both commissioners.
Jim just said Breece Hall should be untradeable. Yeah, I agree with that. For me, I'm not. There's no way I'm trading. Yeah, I'm a big hater, Vito Gang.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. You gotta. We both commissioners of the league,
Yeah.
so you gotta put your commissioner hat on to say
I don't veto
instead of. I don't veto it. I mean,
Yeah.
either. I don't. Think
but I can see other people.
I can see people doing that.
In the Vito Gang being a hater.
Definitely. I can see them saying, hold up, wait a minute, what we doing here? Because that trade don't look legit. So no, that's what you got to think about from a commissioner standpoint.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it, but yeah, I get you.
Draco Juice, welcome to the show. Did you trade DJ Moore and A-Chain for Jet? They have Reek Diggs and why do you? I don't.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
wait a minute. How you get both of those? First of all,
I'm more so. Wow, I'm surprised you're 4-2. So with that combination right there.
Wow.
Here's the questions on that about Justin Jefferson and A-Chain. How long do you have before they're back?
I know Jefferson is 4 weeks. A-Chain is 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So, do I trade? I mean, I'm doing the trade because once he get back, you got JJ, Tyreek, and Diggs. They might as well put your name on the trophy. I mean, geez.
I would think so.
I mean,
if you can get it, the only thing that scares me is when because there are rumors, and I think they're only rumors right now. If the Vikings are out, that they just rest Justin Jefferson for the rest of the season, and we suck.
You think he'll do that though? Pride alone, I would want to play. Pride alone.
I don't see that happening, but.
Yo, Jimmy is funny.
I don't know. I say this: if you could pull off that trade, I think it's worth the risk.
But I would be mad if I was in your league and you got that trade.
But if you had Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, and Jets on your team,
yeah, bro, I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, bro, wait a minute, something ain't right here.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be mad about that one.
Yeah, but hey, good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Like and subscribe, please, because that's great.
I see Jim said someone traded Tyler Lockett for Gibbs and Tyjae Spears, running back for the Titans in their league. Someone offered me a Tyler Lockett trade. I'm not gonna say their name, but they're a frequent viewer and sometimes guests on that show. Tyler Lockett, they wanted to give me in exchange for Scary Terry, and I basically said you can go jump in a lake.
Yeah, please jump in the lake. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, on this trade, that's something.
Yeah, even though Gibbs hasn't did much, but I think Gibbs is probably going to do something now because Montgomery's out.
I mean, with Montgomery out, he's going to miss a little time, according to the coach. I don't know how much time is a little, but yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs. For those that were hating on Detroit because they said why did you draft him to not play him, you're going to see him play.
Yeah, he's going to play.
He's going to play, and I think he's going to do something. The other question is the A-Chain train. I hope not, because I have A-Chain.
I don't think so.
Leagues.
Now,
what do you think about Raheem? But with Raheem Mostert, he's been killing it.
Oh my gosh,
he's been killing it.
I like Raheem, but I think A-Train is going to take that job over when he get back, and probably next year. A-Train is going to be somebody you're going to want next year in the draft. Yeah. I think A-Train is going to
next year. This year might be over. At least for fantasy football purposes.
No, he'll be back. What 4 to 6 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, but well, it depends on how your team was built. If you're already playoff bound, then you might get him back just at the right time. But if you needed A-Chain to make the playoffs,
yeah,
you might be.
I'm assuming he's talking about Raheem Mustard bound to get hurt, which he does.
He
all
does.
the time.
He does all the time.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Raheem Mustard does. He get hurt, but I think the way they playing him, they keeping him healthy enough, and he's balling now. I know. I got him in one league. He's definitely balling.
He is killing it.
He's killing it.
And I 100% believe. I say this: the Dolphins are the perfect team for your fantasy football needs. So if you have some Dolphins right now, you're probably killing the game.
Yeah,
because they will put up points in most cases. We'll see how that works this week, though.
Yeah, he's definitely. But I think that's gonna be a high-scoring game. I think that game gonna be. It's gonna be a good one. I can't wait to watch it. I think definitely it's gonna be good. So we ain't hit no players of the week, man.
Oh, you know what? We skipped right to the stuff, so we skipped that whole thing. Is there some people you want to give some respect to? Go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you.
A few, not many. I guess we can. Jared Goff, 30 of 44, 353, 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr coming back, which I'm mad because I didn't play him last week.
Yo, are you still aggravated with Taysom Hill?
Bro, I can't stand Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
I can't stand him, bro. He gets on my nerves. Go roll over in the ditch or something. 32 of 50, 353 in the touchdown. Gardner Minshew. If you picked up Gardner Minshew, you definitely did work. 33 of 51. Sorry, 33 of 55. 329 and a touchdown, but he did throw 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of blemish on Gino. 27 of 41. 323, no touchdown. Desmond Ritter is made my list.
Yeah.
28 of 47, 307, 2 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. It was a lot of bad play. And I just want to say this. Running backs this week were horrible, outside of 2.
Yeah.
Raheem Mustard, 17 carries, 115, 2 touchdowns. And Cameron Williams, 20 carries, 158 yards, and a touchdown. Other than that, nobody had 100 yards.
Yeah.
So I just think it's.
Ramondre was close.
I'm going all wide receivers next year. I can't take the stuff anymore.
I will say my best team is the team. I told you I tried a bunch of different draft strategies, and my best team this year is my 0 running back team. So there you go.
I just think it's terrible. I'm going all wide receivers.
Yeah,
because there's too many running backs back committee. Nobody wants to kind of give up and just say, "Look, we want one running back." I think it's whack. Yeah. I think it's whack. For real, to be honest with you.
Yeah, ETN comments. Yeah, he's been putting in work this year.
He's been putting in work. I think is Lawrence playing this week?
I think it's still questionable.
It is. He still don't know.
Yeah, we still don't know for certain. I think he plays.
Because they play tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They do have the Thursday game. I hope he plays. I guess it's my better answer. Yeah. I forgot they do have the Thursday game.
I hope he plays, but we'll see.
Any wide receivers you wanted to give to? Because I got one last thing.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
Always.
6 receptions, 163 and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp, he's back. 7 receptions, 148 and a touchdown. A.J. Brown, I told you, A.J. Brown needs to be in that conversation. 7 for 131. Drake London, who's surprisingly been better lately. These last few weeks, man, he's been coming on. 9 receptions, 125, and Amon St. Brown, 12 receptions, 124, and the touchdown. And you know what's crazy? I tried to get Amon St. Brown, and the fact that I couldn't get him anywhere this year is insane to me. And I tried to really get him.
Yeah,
I really did. So I don't know.
Yo, Skill Sports says get some love to the kickers. Yo, so many of those games was like, man, I'm playing the wrong kicker because the offenses couldn't get it done. But there were also a bunch of kickers that just kept missing, like your guy, Moody.
Moody missed a 51 yarder.
Yeah.
He missed 241 yarders. He shouldn't have been kicking the field goal anyway.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But kickers get love. Kickers get love. The tush push, that when we were doing news,
Yes.
I meant to actually bring that up. That people want to that the rules committee is going to look at outlawing perhaps the tush push. I think you want to talk haters. I think that's straight hate. Stop it.
Hold on. Everybody do it now, though.
But no one does it as well.
But they don't do it the same way Philly do
it. And that's the thing that gets me about it. It's not that people don't like the move, because like everyone's doing it. They just can't stop the Eagles from doing it. So now we got to throw it all out because you can't do anything about it.
I think that is whack. I think
that's lame.
Yeah. They found the edge in the competition, and now they want to take it out. I think that's why. And Philly do it to the point where they let you know they're doing it, and you ain't let you do it.
They'll run it 2 plays in a row. Like, we got to get 2 yards. We do that same play, and it stop it. If you don't like it, then stop it.
Yo, this dude.
Hakeem, stop pushing.
Yo, I can't with him. I love GMB. I love your comments tonight, bro, because you're killing it, man.
They're winning the show.
Yeah, you definitely winning the show. You're killing it tonight, man, because you are coming. You coming, yo, you're crazy.
How many touchdowns do you see Joe Mixon getting the rest of this season?
That's a tough one because that's a passing offense.
Yeah, to put a number on that one.
Ooh. He don't get a lot of touches like I think he should.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I don't want to say 5 or 6. I just don't know because they don't run the ball like that. And he's not really involved in the passing game. So, like that, I just think, I don't know. That's a hard question to answer, to be honest with you.
He's only got 1 so far this year.
That's hard.
So if we're extrapolating, what is it? Week 7 we're going into.
Yeah.
Maybe another 2. I hope it steps up a little bit from there. I'm trying to do some rough math in my head, looking at his numbers. He should be, if he's going to get near his average, he should get another maybe 4 or 5 this season.
I don't know
whether that happens though. Yeah,
me either.
Yeah.
Yo, this dude's going in tonight.
So if you want me to give myself a number, I'm gonna say he gets 3 more, but that would be highly more than he's done this year.
I'm gonna say 2. That's a tough one.
The high mark for me would be 3 more.
That's a tough one. I don't know about that.
But here's one thing: he can get a bunch of them in a single game, perhaps.
That's true, but still they don't.
And maybe get, but I don't.
He's not involved.
Like I said earlier, the Bengals are. I did not think the Bengals we did our division winners, and I didn't have the Bengals winning the division. I thought they were going to fall off a little bit, but they've fallen off more this year than I expected. So it's hard for me to really. I'm with you. It's hard to say, but I'd say 2 to 3 probably would be where I put it.
I guess.
Yeah, you gotta hope he can contribute elsewhere. But yeah, he hasn't been doing it this year.
Yeah.
Cam, welcome to the show.
Welcome, Cam.
Hold on, wait. Did I miss the AJ Brown gotcha.
Yo, he is going in. Yo, he is going in. This is funny. This dude.
All right. Yeah, I'm loving this. Make sure you're back here with us next week, Jim.
Please be back here.
We're gonna be doing our mid-season awards. Since we'll be out, we need you. We're gonna have to give some awards to the Jets, I think. But Cam, welcome. Ask the question in desperate times, which we are all in. You got to. Oh, this is real desperate. You got to start Royce Freeman or Gainwell. Also, Tutu Atwell or Raheem Shaheed.
I'm saying Raheem
Shaheed would be my over Tutu.
Yeah, over Tutu, and then that is terrible.
The first one though, Royce Freeman.
I don't know. I'm going Gainwell. Just out of period.
Right.
he might hit a touchdown or something. But Shaheed, definitely, you play him.
Shaheed is the easy one. I definitely
Yeah.
go Shaheed over Tutu Atwell because I think it's just Puka and Cooper Cup's back. Tutu
Yeah.
Atwell for me is irrelevant.
Yeah.
For the most part, or at least not to the point where I can trust him on a week-to-week basis, or
Basically,
even
yeah.
for a bye-week fill-in. I'm not taking that chance.
Mhm.
The Royce Freeman, we talked earlier. In fact, we've mentioned
I'm
McVay a
not.
lot this show, and the fact that you can't trust him with his running backs. But maybe because you can't trust him with the running backs, this is the opportunity for Royce Freeman to do some work when everyone else is picking Zach Evans.
I don't
But
think so.
I hate my life if I have to pick either one of those. Honestly,
I mean, can you find anybody else out there?
I know, right?
I
Well,
mean,
I will say I was searching a lot of I was searching a lot for waiver pickups on running backs, and it is desperate. There is not a lot out there for running backs.
It is not.
It's tough sledding. Super tough sledding.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Uh,
You gotta, I guess you play one and just hope for something from them. I think Gainwell is probably the one you play the most out of anything. I don't know about Royce Freeman. He coming off the practice
It's a
squad.
whole lot of don't know about Royce
Yeah,
Freeman. The only, like I said, the only thing that gets me about Royce is I can't trust. Uh, I can't trust. I can't trust that Zach Evans is going to really be the guy.
I don't know.
But
I would try to go a different direction if I could, but it ain't nothing out there. So
there's not a lot out there. Like I'm looking right now at Gainwell. He had 2 attempts last week. I mean, it was the Jets, so
you gotta play.
I'd say this: maybe Gainwell's a good one only because of the matchup.
Try Elijah Mitchell or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try Elijah Mitchell just off of CMC may not play.
He's listing the waiver wire pickups, and D. Mercado hurt my heart so bad last week. I went with him in a few places. Yeah, these options look awful.
I mean, Keyshawn,
yeah,
may be one because they saying Rachaad White ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
So Keyshawn maybe a go. I would try Keyshawn over anybody else. Yo, what I do now? Oh God.
I don't know.
Oh God. I know who that is. That's my brother.
yeah. I remember from last time.
Yeah.
Before we sign
I know why.
Some dirty things.
I forgot to tell him about the show tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh.
My bad.
You gonna do some dirty
Scares
in the chat. Yo, did you see a text message from the Mouth of the South? A familiar friend of ours? I just saw that. Now I'm looking at my phone when I was trying to look up.
I think he's tuning in.
Hey, I know he don't want to join for real.
No,
but
he don't want to come up here. No.
I miss my boy though. I miss him though, dearly. So
that's my guy. You know, I always talk to him. So,
Carla, don't let him help you with your fantasy team though.
Please stay far away. Far away, please.
All right. What else? You got anything else?
That's it. I appreciate everybody.
Hey, appreciate all the love, all the questions. We need.
Yo, MVP of the night. Go to Jim.
I'll apologize for my rent.
Yeah, no, we don't apologize here.
No, we don't. We own the show, girl. You ain't got to apologize for nothing, girl. Hey, it's okay. Right. GMB, you got MVP for the night, though. I got to give it to you.
Without a question.
You earned the MVP.
I'm handing out the first mid-season award right there.
Yeah.
So, appreciate everybody, Nita. Hey, have a great night. Enjoy having you all with us. Everybody, best of luck to you all in your fantasy week 7 matchups. We'll be back here again next week talking mid-season. Hopefully, I will have a better report than my 1-9 trip this week, and
He just-
I
he
need to
just
win
text-
some more games. Michael Parsons, 19.9.
He just texts back, Lord.
Oh, did he? Okay,
Yeah.
I think
I see you tuning in.
Look at you.
See you tuning in. I'm glad you're tuning in. Yeah,
Good.
Good. Tune in some more. Learn something.
Hey, and you can come on. Forget him. You can come on anytime. We need the mouth back.
You know he
in the
ain't coming
league.
on.
Hey, you never know.
No, you know he ain't coming on. You can forget that. It's just not happening.
Listen.
He's not good at fantasy football. He had one good year out of 12 years. And that was
I don't know if that's right. I think he had more than one.
He had one good year. One, and that's when he made the championship game.
I go back. I don't know if he made did he make the championship? He did.
He did. He had one good year. In 12 years.
You're right.
Yeah, we know. Go ahead and text back because we know you want to. It's okay. Yeah, you had one good year. You barely, and then quit after that.
Hey, quit a winner.
You did quit after that. Okay, I got you. Keep going.
Yeah.
No, but definitely we appreciate y'all.
Appreciate everybody.
Like and subscribe, man. Definitely tune in. It's fun. We just like having fun.
Yeah. We just here shoot the breeze. So we'll be back here again next week. Let's do it all over again. So until then, y'all take it easy. Have a blessed week. I'm out.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Yeah, that.